What's going on, warriors? Welcome back to another episode regarding narcissistic abuse recovery. I'm your host, Baron, and today, I don't know if anybody's told you yet, but the sky is purple. It's a beautiful combination of lilacs, indigos, violets, and gray. That bluish haze you remember in the sky before, forget that. That was just a construct of your overactive and irrational imagination. All right, cut. Now, I know some of y'all looking at the camera like, this dude is plumb crazy. Perfect. That's the mentality I need you to have as we talk about today's topic. Because today's topic is the delusional nature of the narcissist. First and foremost, I need you to get an understanding of what delusion is. Delusion is a firm belief in something that can be contradicted by fact or rational argument. So in layman's terms, delusional folks believe in something that's not true. Now, before you get all up in arms, anybody can be tricked. Anybody can be deluded. Because when you don't have the correct knowledge base, a con person could walk in and tell you something and have you believe it as truth, and that truth become your foundation. So anybody can get tricked. That's why it's important that we're firmly rooted in knowledge. Because when you have that knowledge, you're not easily conned, you're not easily swayed. But narcissistic delusion, man, that's something different. Narcissistic delusion is more on a mental disorder level. Because what narcissistic delusion is the narcissist tricking themselves into believing something that's not true, or believing something that's going to put them in a grandiose position. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have a narcissist. They walk up to the mirror, look at themselves, and they start having a conversation with themselves. And they're like, you know what? Oh, you so attractive. You the most attractive person in this family. You the most attractive person on this entire block. Man, you the most attractive person in this entire nation. I guarantee you, there's no one in this world that can outshine your beauty. You see how crazy that conversation got? You see how that cyclical nature, that grandioseness, you see how they got to that point? I need you to grasp that, because when a narcissist says the sky is purple, they truly do believe it. Okay, let me stop using fictitious examples. Let's use some real world stuff. So when a narcissist says to you, you will never find somebody better than me, you bought this on yourself. That narcissist truly believes what they did was justified. So their abuse, their mistreatment, whatever wrong they've done to you, they've already justified it in their head with their delusion. Pay attention to how they don't take accountability. Let's say you just caught them doing something dirty. I'm gonna start the phrase for you and you finish it. That narcissist will tell you, well, if you didn't do this, I wouldn't have fill in the blank. It's not my fault that fill in the blank. It's always gonna be something that's geared towards something you did or didn't do. They won't take any accountability because in their mind, it's all been justified. See, those phrases you heard, and I didn't get to all of them. If you guys have a phrase, put it down in the comments. But those phrases we just went through was you getting a little taste of that delusional cycle that they went through. You're getting a little taste, which will help you lead to the understanding of why they don't have remorse, why they don't have empathy, why they can sleep so well after they hurt you. Because it's not even natural for humans not to have remorse and not to have empathy. We have that from birth. But what happens is they go through some trauma and adopt some different narcissistic characteristics. But in order to strip that remorse and that empathy, they have to trick their mind. They have to tell their mind that what they're doing is justified. So when they trick their mind to do that, now there's no reason to have remorse. There's no reason to have empathy. There's no reason to stop doing what they're doing. That narcissist eats, sleeps, and breathes delusion. They live in an alternate reality where there's just this haze of confusion, this haze of misunderstanding, which is geared towards hurting another person. Here's why it's important that you understand that, because we're rational beings. So when a narcissist does something downright dirty and they're throwing all this delusion at us, we'll seek to try to understand it. And as we're trying to come to an understanding of it, we may even adopt some of that delusion into our own mental processes. Now, this narcissist isn't going down without a fight. Remember, they truly believe this. So they will sit there and argue you down their point. Yeah, I cheated, but. Yeah, I hit you, but. Yeah, I was stealing money from you, but. And here's the danger. If you don't know about their delusion, you'll start to get pulled into that cycle of just craziness. You'll start to get pulled into that cycle of delusion. And we don't belong there. It'll drive you bananas. They even have a term for it. It's called crazy making behavior. If you got somebody in your corner driving you all up the wall, and that's their nature, you gotta understand you don't deserve to be in that position. That's why we have to be firmly rooted in that knowledge. I'm talking feet shoulder width apart, sit in it. So that when somebody tries to hit you with that bullshiggity, it bounces right off you and you stay solid. Now, if you clicked on this playlist, you know we in our Bible-based Survivor series, and we about to get all up in there. Now, there's a couple places in the Bible where they talk about delusion. I'm going to talk about the father of delusion. But before we had that conversation, I got to tell you about an angel. This angel was in heaven. Beautiful angel. Great measure of wisdom. Proud. This angel was created to worship God. Perfect in all its ways until iniquity was found. Now, for those of you that know, y'all know the angel I'm talking about. We're talking about none other than Lucifer himself. See, Lucifer started out as a great angel with a great ability to worship, which was meant to worship God. But he got caught up in a delusion of how beautiful he was that he started worshiping himself. And that's what led to his downfall. So let's jump to Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 17, which reads, "Your heart was lifted up because of your beauty. You corrupted your wisdom for the sake of your splendor." Corrupted your wisdom. So he was in his head, corrupting his own mind for the sake of glorifying himself. That's delusion 101. That's the father of delusion. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, I need you to see what happens when you don't have the knowledge otherwise. Afterwards, there was a great war in heaven. If it was just him, okay, maybe I can understand. The delusion was so powerful that it was able to persuade a third of God's angels to be on his side. Now, we know what happened. They lost the war, fell to earth. But his children, those narcissists, those toxic individuals, that's where they got the game plan from. The father of delusion. But you know I always give you the bright side. And here's the bright side. After watching this video, if you made it to this point, you're already prepared. You already have the knowledge of the capabilities of the narcissist delusion. You got the knowledge of where it came from. And now you're better equipped to deal with it. This is probably going to be the shortest ending you ever going to get from me. You're good to go. And if you made it to this point, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that. Let's get this message out here. I thank y'all for this time of fellowship. I love you. And until next time, peace.